Thank you very much once again. Let me welcome you back at this channel of ours. This is MATRIC+NATED Specialist. Ensure that you are hitting the subscription button and ensure that you are sharing to those who are concerned. I would like to say good luck on your examination that you are going to write. Grade 12, we want to see you in university. First, look at right in section, write the summary to the context, and I expressed it clearly. So remember that the key weight, it is 7 correct points. That is the first aspect that you need to know, and you need to express your if possible. Your summary should not contain grammar, spelling, or punctuation error. That is why now you need the first draft and the final draft. Remember, yes, indeed, that's the draft whereby you will error. That is where you are going to come across with the spelling errors. That is where you are going to come across with the punctuation errors. But we are saying that in the final draft, that is where now you are going to write a draft that is neatly, that is editable. If we are moving on again, we've got steps to write a summary in the examination. So therefore, we've got 5 important key steps that we need to follow that are involved in answering a summary, a question in the examination that you are going to write. Okay? And then we are saying step number 1, you read the question carefully. Read the question carefully. The question will tell you what the summary it is about. Before you get question carefully, you need to understand first the theme now, the general theme of the what? Of the topic. You look for the key words in the question. This will guide you so that you know what information to look in the text extract, and you read all the instructions. Then in step number 2, remember that this is a guideline. We are saying you read the text extract. So read the extract. Underline key sentences that are related to the topic in the question. Or you can also highlight them so that you can see them thoroughly. Step number 3, planning key sentences of the phrase you have underlined, and you make sure that you focus based on those topics and that you have identified your 7 points. Okay, if we are moving on again, we move to step number 4, draft and edit your summary. Write it own words. Remember that we've said that there must be a first draft and there must be a final draft. The first draft, that is where we accept spelling errors, mistakes, and punctuation errors. But in the final draft, we are saying the draft should be effective, readable, and there should be an absence of any errors that can arise. So in step number 4, write the draft summary, list those 7 points. They should be in your own words. Number 2, you need to edit your work and correct any grammar or errors that they are there. And then number 3, you count the numbers of words to check whether you need to write more or you need to edit your work. It means you cut down your text. Remember that you are given a guideline on how many words must you use when you are writing the summary. Okay? And then if ever we are moving on again, we can see that the final 7 points, cross out your draft work and count the numbers of the words and write an accurate word count in the brackets at the end of the summary. They should be up to 70 words, or the words that have been stated now on your question paper. Okay? And then if ever we are moving on again, we can important aspect of work whereby we are going to see this particular summary in the execution phase. And when we are going to this, that is where we must understand that this is the worked out example of a summary. So I want you to check this one very well. It can give you a clear picture on what it is expected on the final examination. Okay? And then let us see properly there without any failure. All right. And then I would want us to zoom in so that we can see this particular concept here, the workout example of this summary. Okay. So as you can see that in this page, this is the worked out example of the summary. And then it says here, it is a worked out example of the summary. And then as you can see that it starts at the worked example. And then it says here is an example of a summary from the past question paper. Exam, try to do the summary, follow an example of 18. So remember that you can give them the question. And what is the question in this instinct is that the summer holidays are approaching. You have been asked to write a list of 7 safety tips for this period. Use the passage below to compile your list. Read the passage in text C below and write a list of 7 more points for your inclusion in your list. Therefore, you are given instruction. Instruction number 1, they say list 7 points in full sentences using no more than 70 words. Number 2, number your sentences from 1 to 10. Number 4, use your own words. Number 5, indicate the total numbers of words you have used in the bracket at the end of your summary. And then we are in text C. If we are moving on again in text C, you can see that we are having the theme of this general idea. And then here we can see that we are talking about the summer is here. Let us read this extract. Okay, it says summer is here, and those long winter days of being cooped up in the house are all but gone. But while we want to have fun, warmer weather comes with many hidden dangers, some of which can be fatal. The hot summer weather subjects all South Africans to water, but it is not just a pool that can pose a drowning risk, which is, regardless of their swimming abilities, adult supervision. That is the first point. Avoid sun's vital and weighty deal becomes dehydrated easily. So they are to drink plenty of waters or fluids to prevent dehydration is essential. Water, milk, and fruits juices are ideal, but drinks containing caffeine should be avoided. All right. If we are moving on again, we can see that insects carrying disease love bushy areas as much as a headache or fatigue may have been bitten by an insect. To avoid being bitten by an insect, use long-lasting insect repellent and treat those with it too. Food poisoning is not fun. Use caution when eating food from the picnic. A basket in hot waters. Pack food in insulated containers and keep it cool with the ice around. Ensure that all equipment is safe and carefully off hot surfaces like metal sites, which can cause serious burns on a landing hospital. A few simple precautions ensures. This was taken from the question paper in 2011. All right. And then we are saying that we need to take now the summary, and then we need to see how this one it can be done. Okay. And then here at these particular steps, you need to, and now in step 1, to use the summer holidays approaching, you have been asked to write a list of 7 tips for this period using the passage and safe tips will be the topic. If ever we have key sentences, as I've told you, sure that the sentences, the focus is where on the safety tips. And I've shown you on page 60 your summary, a draft summary, and the final summary. Write a draft summary of 7 points, your list of 7 points. They must be your own weights, the weights before you can submit now your summary in writing. Okay, and then this is an example now of a summary, how a summary can be written. This is the worked out example of the summary. This is the final summary. You can see that it has 7 points, as I've told you. Number 2, these points are numbered and accurate at the end of the summary, and then it has a total number of what? Of 67 weights. All right, and then point number 1, you can see that we've got the relevant part of text C where we have read. Remember, regardless of their swimming ability, children should never be allowed in water without the supervision of the adult. That is the precaution. And in summary, in a point form in your own words, how can you put this statement? You are saying, always supervise children near water, even those who are good swimmers that doing it. All right. Remember that and then number 3, we are saying drinking plenty of fluids to prevent dehydration is vital. Then you can say in your own words, keep hydrated by regular drinking of fluids. Number 4, avoid being bitten. Use a long-lasting insect repellent and treat clothes with it too. Use an insect spray on yourself and on your clothes to prevent harmful bites. Number 5, use caution when eating food from the picnic basket in hot weather. Then you can say avoid food poisoning by keeping food in the picnic basket cool. Number 6, you can say at a playground, ensure that all equipment is safe and be careful of hot surfaces. Or you can say check for. And then in number 11, remember that we have said that always adhere to safety regulation, because of a fun ride on a scooter or skateboard without a protective gear may end with you landing in hospital. Or you can say follow safety rules and wear protective equipment to avoid injury. The summary of the total weight is 60. Or for your time and good luck on your exam at MATRIC+NATED Specialist. Thank you very much, and should be others at MATRIC+NATED Specialist.